Hello everyone, welcome. Today I'm going to be teaching you all how to learn how to board slide in 5 easy steps. So the best place I like to start with approaching a new trick that you've never done before is getting the ground control down and comfortable. So when you're approaching a backside board slide, step number 1 is getting comfortable with your edge control. So going from toe to heel edge a little bit quicker than you normally would can definitely help and get you, pointing in the right direction and set you up to access that rail in a clean way. The second step is to learn how to access the pop off of the tail of your board when you're coming off of your heel edge. Doing a light pop off of your heel edge will be the next step that will help you feel more comfortable when you're approaching your feature. Third step is, wait, are we on third or fourth? Oh, okay. Fourth step, when you're approaching that rail, I like to try to let the lip or the jump do most of the work. It'll help you focus more on the board slide rather than focusing on popping off the lip. So taking a little bit more speed and let the lip do the work definitely helps out. And plan to land on the inside of the rail and not the top of the rail. So it's going to feel like you're stepping on, and it's going to feel way more comfortable, and hopefully that will, get you pointed in the right direction a lot quicker. So what I mean by landing on the inside of the rail, all I mean by the inside is the same side you pop off of. So in this case, I am coming from here off of my heel edge, a slight pop, and you want to land somewhat like this. When you land on the inside, that's when you lean over top and it puts you in the right spot. If you go for the full pop into the board slide, you'll typically land obviously on the top, but you're more likely to go over. So that's why I recommend trying to land on the inside and then lean on. So when you are landing on the inside of the rail, you want to keep your weight on your front leg, and that's going to push you from the inside to the top, and that'll be the best way to make it to the end of the rail more consistently. When you're on the takeoff for the jump, that's where it's important to make sure you have a solid heel edge when you're about to pop, just so you don't catch your edge when you are taking off for that rail. The next thing when you're sliding on the rail is to either point with your lead arm, and that will help you bring it back to regular, and if you want to go to switch, keep your shoulders rotating and then eventually point with your back arm and point at the end of the rail and look at the end of the rail, and it's going to help you, lock on more often than not. And pointing with your back arm will help you land in the switch stance a lot more consistently. The fifth step, this is going to be the final step. Once you're exiting that rail, it is good to practice landing on your toe edge if you're bringing it back, or even landing to switch. So planting that toe edge on your landing will make it feel a lot more stable. It'll help you hold your landing in whichever direction you like to land, whether it's switch or regular. So planting that toe edge will keep you going in that direction you want to go. If you're trying to bring it back to your regular stance, but it feels like it's a bit of a stretch, sometimes it's safer to land on your heel edge just so you don't catch your toes and go into a good old face plant. So if you feel like it's a stretch to bring it back to your regular stance, plan to land on your heels. If it's feeling comfortable to bring it back to your regular stance, plan to land on your toes. It's definitely a good practice, and it will save you from catching your edges and having a bad time. So let's just do a couple examples. I'll do them in my regular stance and my switch stance, just so some of the regular riders out there can have something better to compare it to rather than just a goofy rider. So let's just get right to it. So let's say you're approaching a kink rail. A lot of people are curious what the difference is when you're going through the kink, and all it is the exact same process, but You just want to make sure you absorb that kink, or basically take the weight out of it so your board can more easily flex through it and you guys can make it straight through the kink. That's all it is. Those are all the best tips I can think of to help you approach your next board slide. So hopefully that helps, and let us know how it goes. Have a good one. Boom.